Have you ever sat down and looked at the sky, wondering what mysteries are hidden behind those beautiful stars? Well, you're not the only one. The thing is, we've been so fascinated by the sky that we have actually forgotten about what lies underneath our feet. At the first sight, soil might not look that fascinating. Let's just remember they call it dirt. However, soil supports most of the life on our planet and provides us the food we need to live. Soil forms upon the breaking down of rocks, which are mixed with organic matter from decaying plants and animals. If we dig deep down into the soil, we'll find these original rocks and many different layers until we reach the topsoil. The topsoil is the richest in organic matter and life. So let's have a closer look at it. Soil holds most of the planet's biodiversity. Let's imagine that in 1 teaspoon of soil we can find hundreds of thousands of different species. The smallest organisms we found are bacteria and fungi. Well, not exactly the fungi you find in the supermarket, something more scientific, something like that. Then we can find many other different animals, such as the most popular worms. Everyone has its function. Bacteria and fungi feed primarily on plants, either when the plants are dying, but also during their life by supplying food through their roots. Other animals then feed on the same bacteria and fungi, recycling and moving organic matter in the soil. All this action helps to decompose organic matter and give nutrients back to soil organisms and plants. But a secondary product of these processes is the release of certain gases. The major gases are the so-called greenhouse gases. You might have heard of them. They're exactly the same that are released from our factories. All these gases in the atmosphere have caused global temperature to rise, and they could cause terrible changes to the world we live in. Between all the sources of greenhouse gases, energy production and industry cover the most. But after that, most of the gases are released from forestry and agriculture, even more than all the cars and airplane emissions of the globe. One of the main drivers of these emissions is human agriculture, which have destroyed entire forests to convert them to monoculture, mostly of corn and soy. All of these accelerate the composition and deplete soil of the organic matter, which sustain life. To compensate, humans have largely relied on chemical fertilizer, which also release greenhouse gases when they're made. Because of this, every year we have loss in fertility, more pollution, and increased soil desertification. All of this costs all of us globally $40 billion per year. But you can make a difference. How? First, ask your government for serious policy about sustainable forestry and restoration of degraded areas, and for funds to environmental research. Second, get to know your local farmers and choose local sustainable form of farming, like organic agriculture or other types. Or why not, grow your own veggie garden and take care of the soil yourself. Third, switch your diet balance from an animal-based towards a more plant-based diet. It will save land used for agriculture and reduce the total global emissions. So, next time you walk outside, remember, there's a whole universe just underneath your feet.